Thank you so much for being our guest for here today. Some of you guys, those audience that are watching, might not be too familiar or know who you are. Can you go ahead and just give us a brief introduction of who you are and maybe some of the things that you're doing at TLC right now?
Okay, my name is Peter in English, and my Vietnamese name is Lộc. And currently, I'm part of the church board, and I also a Sunday school teacher and small group leader.
Perfect. So yeah, today we're just going to be getting to know a little bit about you and kind of hear your story. But one of the ways that we want to do this is starting with first with a kind of a game, and it's a called a word association with a photo. So the first one is going to be a practice. But what's going to happen is I'm going to show you a photo, and please share me the first word that comes to your mind, and then maybe kind of share about why you picked that word.
Okay.
All right, so this one is just going to be practice, and then the next three photos will be for real. Okay? All right. Go ahead.
Sadness. Well, by looking at this, we know that we are in the period of the what we call it, pandemic, and a lot of people was dying. So it's a very bad time to think about it.
Definitely. Awesome. That's perfect. You can go ahead and hang on to that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start this one for real. So that was the first practice. But same concept. Can you go ahead and do that? And then I'll have a follow up question with it. So go ahead and slide it to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you go ahead and give me the first word that comes to your mind as well as, a little bit of explanation?
I would say despair, because maybe this is a bit, this picture was taken in April 30th, 1975, right? And I remember on April 29th, that night before, I was in the building next to this one here, waiting for our turn to get on a helicopter to go to the sea. And we stayed there almost the whole night, and by dawn, we heard that there's no more helicopter to take us out. So I feel despair, to think about it at the moment.
Mm.
Yeah.
I know you kind of shared a little bit about that. Like, what was kind of like some of the memories that you have of that day in particular?
Yeah, I could still see the image in my mind on that night that so many people that we were in the World Vision building very close to the embassy, and that night I could still see the picture of a lot of people trying to climb over the Iron Gate to try to get into the embassy or the World Vision building there, and there's so many people. I could still hear the sound of it. Yeah. So something that is stuck into my mind or to many of us at the time. So sad.
If you go ahead and just swipe to the next slide, and same thing. Can you share me like the first word that comes to your mind when you see this picture?
This will be hope. We see hope, in, even though it's a cross. To a lot of people don't really know about it. They will say it's a suffering thing, but as a Christian, when we see a cross, we see hope because because of the cross, Jesus Christ dies on the cross, give us life, give us eternity to be with Him. So hope will be the word that I'm thinking of when I look at this picture.
And trying to follow up with that, like, you might share about a little bit about kind of your faith and how has your faith either contributed to your journey when you were in Vietnam or even when you came from Vietnam over to the United States. What was it like to have faith? Did it help?
Well, when I started the journey, I stepped on a boat and I'm thinking about that I could die from this. I could die in the sea, and we don't know where we're gonna get to, because we heard so many stories that people go by boat, and a lot of people die at sea, and I think I'm one of them that when we step on a boat, we think about the same thing, that we don't know where we're going exactly, and we could die from it. But the hope that we have is we could come to a better place and build our new life there.
And you go ahead and well, actually, yeah, go ahead and can you slide to the last photo there?
I see family, happiness. I got two words.
I like him, but kind of just bringing back your journey from Vietnam, as well as to what you see here before you, that transition, and kind of just what would you say to those generations after you, your kids, your grandkids? What are some biblical and cultural values that we should draw from your history?
Well, we are able to be here at this time. First is the thankfulness that we have for God, that have given us opportunity to go to this freedom country, to be here, to grow up. And as for family, I told my family, my daughters, that whenever I teach them, I base on the biblical, what the Bible, the standard from the Bible, not from the standard of the society or myself, because our standard could change through time, or the society standard could change through time, but the standard of the Bible will always there, and it's true. Whatever generation we are in, focus on the standard of God's word will be good. That is something that I like to pass down to my family and to the next generation. Do not base on the standard of the world, but on the standard of the word of God.
Yeah, again, any last words before we kind of close it off?
For April 30th, it's something that will never change a lot of life of Vietnamese people life, and I want to encourage the next generation that are always thinking about when we are here, or you guys are born here, still remember of those who are ahead of you already sacrificed their life to build a country, or to bring you guys here and give you guys a better life. So hold on to it, and do a good thing about your life for God and for the people around you. Don't waste it.
Like what you see? Come check us out on our YouTube channel. We're called to love God, love people, and serve the world. We post regularly every week, Wednesdays and Sundays. 10 a.m. Children's Ministry, 12:30 p.m. for English Ministry. Check out our website at www.wearetruelove.com. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.